Okay, welcome ETT members, special guests, students, family members. Welcome to ETT's Federation Day. My name is Sonia Ellis-Seguin, and I'm the Executive Officer with the Elementary Teachers of Toronto, and I am the Executive Liaison to the Professional Development Committee. At this time, I'd like to introduce you to our Professional Development Committee's chairs, Yvette Blackburn, Alvarine Alvidge, who will begin our Federation Day.
Good morning, everyone. Please rise for the playing of our national anthem and remain standing for a few moments of silence as we recognize and remember our colleagues who passed this year. Thank you. Thank you. You may be seated. I'll now ask Yvette Blackburn to read the Human Rights Statement and the FNNMI. Thank you.
Good morning, colleagues, distinguished guests. The Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario is committed to provide an environment for members that is free from harassment and discrimination at all provincial or local federation-sponsored activities, fostering the goodwill and trust necessary to protect the rights of all individuals within the organization, neither tolerating nor condoning behavior that undermines the dignity or self-esteem of individuals or the integrity of relationships, and promoting mutual respect, understanding, and cooperation as a basis of interaction among all members. Harassment and discrimination on the basis of prohibited grounds are violations of the Ontario Human Rights Code and are illegal. The Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario will not tolerate any form of harassment or discrimination as defined by the Ontario Human Rights Code at the provincial or local federation-sponsored activities. The Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario acknowledges and thanks the First Nations people of this territory and other Indigenous peoples for sharing this land in order for us to continue our work here today. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome to the stage the President of the Elementary Teachers of Toronto, Mr. John Smith.
All right, thank you very much. How amazing is this? You know, I just sitting here and my mind's being blown by it. We're driving in today and Those of us that are old enough to remember Lou Reed, his song Perfect Day came on, and I knew this was going to be a fantastic day. And it's so very important. There's Lou Reed supporters in the crowd. It's very important that we come together. I mean, we can forget the politics of it, of how we won this in our collective agreement, just to take some time, because this is what this is about. Taking some time to come together, to see people that you haven't seen in so many years. I've never kissed so many people in years as I have in the last half an hour. And just spend some time and reflect. Reflect on our teaching practice. Take a break. Take a breath. Recharge our batteries. And also celebrate. Celebrate those things that we have won as a union. All those benefits that we have with pregnancy benefits, our pension plan, preparation time, even the weekend. And realize that we have won this, but we've only won this by coming together. That's why coming together is so vital and so important. And also we've got to remember that if we don't come together, and if we don't be vigilant about those issues, we are going to lose them. And that's something really important, and it's a kind of focus of what we're talking about today. And the theme, if you like, of today is the schools that Toronto students deserve. And the things that we're going to be dealing with during the day, and we have been dealing with for the past 6 months around our organizing plan, is how can we create those schools that Toronto students deserve? We know what they need. We know we need smaller class sizes. We know we need more support for our special ed and most vulnerable students. And we know that all those specialist teachers that have disappeared over the years, those guidance counselors, those librarians, those music teachers, we need them back, as we need our caretaking staff, as we need our office managers, and also as we need our administrators. We know we need to do that. But to achieve that is really difficult. The first step we are doing is, as many as you know, is having organizing conversations, is trying to get in touch with the 11,000 teachers in our board. We have about 300 people, 300 teachers that run this union. And there's 10,000 people out there we never hear from. And we want to hear from everybody, because we're only powerful if we organize and mobilize. And so we're going to do that. And that's part of what we're doing and the thrust of doing today. There'll be many organizers at the back of the room to have those conversations. To help us with that, we've got a great program today. We have our great friend Jane McAleaver here, who's up from Philadelphia. Many people, she's negotiating in Philadelphia right now. She's going to talk a lot about organizing and big bargaining. We've got Kevin Millsap, and I'm not even going to talk about what he's going to talk about, because I think it's kind of mind-blowing. And I'll leave that up to him, and hopefully it'll change a number of our lives. And we also have the Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, who's also going to address his move from teaching to politics. And just a really quick story. I know we're short for time, but this is important. You know, many of you have heard stories about my mother. She's 92 years old. She lives in England, working class, straight out of Coronation Street. And so I was talking to her yesterday or 2 days ago and saying, well, she said, how's work? I say, it's okay. What are you doing? We're in this big federation day. Oh, that's nice. You know, there's about 5,000 people coming over. That's nice. And we've invited the Prime Minister. And there was a bit of a silence, and she said, why the bloody hell did you invite Donald Trump? So it took a little while. We got through that. And now I have to leave. I cannot introduce our executive, our PD committee, our staff that are all here, and the dozens of special guests that have come from as far away as Lambton, Kent, as Blue Water up in Owen Sound, and we're really happy to see them. The president of ETFO, Vice President of ETFO, Karen Brown, General Secretary, and especially welcome to John Malloy, the Director of Education. Okay. I don't know, it must be because the Prime Minister's here I'm being cut short, I don't know. But Justin Trudeau is Canada's 23rd Prime Minister, the Minister of Intergovernmental Affairs and the Minister of Youth. He is the youngest Prime Minister, born on the 25th of December, 1971. Justin is a former teacher. He is a father, an advocate, and a leader. His vision for our country is a place where everyone has a shot at success because we have the confidence and leadership to invest in Canadians. His passion for public service and vision for Canada are shaped by his vast experiences and diverse influences from his father Pierre, his mother Margaret, the Trudeau and Sinclair families who have entrenched his roots across the terrains east and west, cultures of English and of French.
Après avoir obtenu son diplôme de l'Université McGill en 1994 et motivé par le désir d'avoir une influence positive dans le monde, M. Trudeau a décidé de devenir un enseignant. Il a complété son programme d'études à l'Université de la Colombie-Britannique et a passé plusieurs années à enseigner. En Vancouver, sa tâche d'éducateur enseignant couvrait principalement le français et les mathématiques.
After graduating from McGill University in 1994 and driven by the desire to have a positive influence in the world, Mr. Trudeau decided to become a school teacher. He completed his University of British Columbia's education program and spent several years teaching mostly French and math in Vancouver. In October 19, 2015, Mr. Trudeau led his party to victory, winning a majority government with seats in every province and territory across the country, reaching a milestone of equal number of men and women in cabinet, a first for Canada. Mr. Trudeau was sworn in on November the 4th, 2015. He was elected on a platform for change and growing the middle classes.
Mesdames et messieurs, chers collègues et invités estimés, sans plus tarder, nous souhaitons la bienvenue à notre Premier ministre, M. Justin Trudeau.
Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues and distinguished guests, without further ado, please welcome our Prime Minister, Mr. Justin Trudeau.